mamas and the TeTe. Now, one of the mamas went upstairs, and hopefully she is able to come back. She's a little tired, but it's okay. She'll be all right, okay? 3 mamas and TeTe. And so before we talked about different perspectives. So we all been well, actually me and Ty, yeah, we all been moms that became moms at different times, different amount of lengths. You know, married, some was married, some was not, whatever. So I just got a few questions.
That was a scream.
That was a scream. A few questions because I want to know the different perspective. Now, my first question is, and we've kind of talked about this before. How do y'all feel about we missing somebody? Nah, it's just one mama and a TeTe. Okay, first question is, how do we feel about sleepovers? Sleepovers. Now, what I mean by that is your child or children being invited to a sleepover from a classmate at school, church mate, you know, someone you met from that you made at church, or your community, however you met them from soccer practice, volleyball practice, whatever. What do you feel about sleepovers? TeTe Janelle.
Yes.
Sleepovers.
What about sleepovers? How do I feel about them?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my kids are allowed to stay the night. I have to know the parent though. We have to have like a pretty extensive history.
Okay.
And there has to be a level of trust that's built up. And so it doesn't happen often. Unfortunately, It doesn't happen often because although I trust the person who I'm leaving my children with, I'm still not familiar with the other additional kids that may be there.
Correct.
And
correct.
So,
that's the gym right there.
One person, you can't keep an eye on everything 24 hours. So, but I have to look at it from the perspective as well. You know, if I open up my home for a sleepover, you know, I would want parents to obviously to trust me that I'm capable of watching.
So the vice versa to it, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
You know, I would, wouldn't want, if my child wanted to really have a sleepover, I wouldn't want parents to be that apprehensive, or I would do whatever I could to make them feel comfortable, even if they wanted to stay the night themselves, you know.
Okay.
Children love that. So in today's age and day and time, you know, it's hard to find that balance between the two. So at some point, I think it comes down to you knowing that just educating your child on do's and don'ts. Just because something might be allowed in one household,
Yeah.
you still have to uphold your own standard.
Have you been a mom?
7 years. Almost 7 years.
Almost 7 years.
6 years.
6 years. How many children do you have?
1. And one of the other. Are you zooming into my belly?
No, ma'am. Okay. If your child was invited to a sleepover, what is your perspective on that?
At the current age, I have to mimic what my lovely sis said.
Thank you.
I have to really, really trust, know the parent.
Sorry.
I have to really know and trust the parents of the house to where I know how they are hawks over their kids. Like they ain't one just like how much no, they're very protective. So I watch that, and Carmina's actually stayed that night. I had this sleepover one time. This was, I want to say it was New Year's night, going to New Year's Day, with two good friends of ours, where their kid, well, one of them is his cousin. The other, they're like brothers and sisters. Nomi and Nas.
Right, but so that situation is different
I
though.
think it's totally different because it had to be.
Because that's like us.
Exactly. That's like family. And I know how they are with their kids. They'll just let know, any or whatever. So I was comfortable enough. He had been over there multiple times. I've been over there multiple times. So I knew the layout, so I knew he was in a good hands and safe. And that's the only time he's ever did that. But in general, I got to know you. And I got to know the kids are going to be staying there too. I only know, so came up after that. That's not going to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, my perspective on sleeping over is, I don't consider family sleepovers.
Yeah.
My thing is, when I say you gonna go to a sleepover, if I have to make a decision of yay, nay, it's the only people I'm not familiar with, you know. So, what's that you got? Oh, okay. So, there's no sleepovers for my children. Cannot do sleepovers unless it's family, and since we don't have any family in Nashville, there won't be. I mean, in Clarksville, there won't be any sleepovers. Anyway, so if they're not family, and not even honestly, not even family, it doesn't matter. Like I have to really like rock with you, and know who gonna be there. So even if they family, I don't let my kids sleep over. No sleepovers. My son had a birthday party in October. It was a skating party, and he got, chose to sleep over. He went to the birthday party, lit, to the sleepover, lit until 11:30, and then you gotta come home, cause there's beds at home. Boop. Okay. Teenage dating. Okay. Regardless of a boy or girl. At what age do you think it is okay to date?
15.
15. Boy or girl?
Both.
Both. Okay.
Can I? What are you doing?
I want to say. I want to say 16 would probably be a comfortable age. Assuming that they have, boy or girl, have shown responsibility, shown the ability to be honest, communicate, that kind of deal.
But even if they don't, they're going to do it anyway.
That's not what we're talking about.
I'm just saying.
Because I know you can't control everything that your child is doing behind your back.
So you're saying that if they show the right...
In middle school, you don't know.
That's true.
So we're talking about what we're giving permission.
Yeah, we would allow
to
accept.
openly, for them to openly know that, for us to openly know that they have a boyfriend, girlfriend, us be okay with it. I'm saying age 16. Now, govern them behind the scenes or up until then. Because of course they're going to like somebody at some point, elementary, middle school. You're going to have a crush, you're going to have something like that. It's typically it's growing up through adolescence. But to be able to officially have one, you got to be able to show you've been responsible up until that time.
Now how does a 16-year-old show their parent that they're being responsible enough for their
It starts in middle school.
parents trust them to have a girlfriend or a boyfriend?
It starts early.
What trait?
If I say, this is the time you're supposed to be home, when you get home, call me. By the time you should have called me. But if every time you're really consistent with doing that, and you're on point with doing that, and you're making a priority to do that, that's showing that you're showing responsibility.
Okay, so you're saying that there's little tests, kind of like leading up to where the age where you can you would agree to for your child to have it open, y'all can have open conversations about dating, who they're dating, and why do I have this so zoomed to my face? Okay.
So.
I agree with that. I think that 16 is a good age. You do have to show up responsible, respectful, all that. We also got to make sure there's boundaries and guidelines that I talked about, and we will talk about that stuff not when you get 16, but up until, so it won't be no shocker, and maybe there's some things we could compromise on, because in general, life is a compromise. Relationships will compromise, regardless if I'm the adult and you're the child, I have to provide for you and you need to listen to me. I still have to compromise. Now, my next question with dating, though, is dating means, and I'm going to give you 3 options.
Okay.
And you can choose however many you want. Either all of the above, 1, 2, 3, or whatever. Dating means that at 16, your 16-year-old can either go and pick up that person, okay? and they go out to an actual location without you, or that wait a minute,
Your location.
or they're able to, that 16-year-old is able to have that, you know, date at the house. Okay. Or the third would be like date with like accompanying adults. Or group. No, I'm not gonna say adults. Groups, because accompanying adults is a little much at 16. But as a group, like you have to know that it's a group.
Yeah.
You know, kind of go like what is considered like you. What do y'all consider dating at? What, like you said dating at? You said dating at 15. You said dating at 16. And I agree with 16 as well. So what do you think?
I would say a combination of all three.
Okay.
I would allow my child's little girlfriend, little boyfriend, they can come over.
Little girl. Okay.
They can come over. They will be obviously under supervision. Now, I would allow them some privacy, but not complete privacy. Like, no, you cannot go in the room. Y'all can watch a movie in the family area. You can watch a movie. We can, you know, we'll probably do, I would say, a group things, like play a game, family game, something like that. I would definitely engage with this person. I would want to kind of build some type of a relationship.
A bond, a rapport.
To know, like, just so it's not like, oh, I'm the parent, don't do this, don't do that. Like, yes, I am the parent, but as well, you know, if you're going to be in my child's life, I want to develop some type of a relationship where we can establish communication as well. Because sometimes it becomes to where, like, maybe that child may know something about your child that they feel the parent should know. Whether it be whatever it could be in any event, or you never know. You might think you know your child, something that you don't know about your child that you think you would know, but you don't know. So I would just want to.
So you're about building that rapport and having all three options.
Yeah.
They could go out on, dates outside the house, dates in the house,
Right. Now,
and then
dates outside the house would obviously have to be somewhere public, open. I'm the parent that's gonna pop up, so you better be where you say you're at. Being consistent with discipline when certain rules are not followed.
Right.
So you don't get slacks like, oh, I can get away with this, I can get away with that. No, you don't. No, you won't. I'll pop up on you. I'm gonna have a track on you.
I would like to set a combination of all three, but that first one where the child picks up the date and then they go out, that to me would be the ultimate in a sense.
Who picking up people at 16?
Well, if we think about it, 16. I was a junior in high school at 16. I was driving. I had my license or my permit. One of the.
You was a junior at 16?
yes, all of us was because we got summer birthdays.
At 17. I got
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
I was a junior at 16 as well.
Yeah.
My birthday, I turned 18. A few days, 10 days, 20 days after I graduated from high school.
Yep.
So that's right. If I was 17, all of my senior year, and then turned 18 after you graduate, so did y'all, because all of our birthdays is something.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
But I will be fortunate to have all three of my children will turn 18 before they graduate.
Okay.
Which is, I think it's kind of weird, but all three of my kids will be 18 before they, so they'll be grown. Not grown, but like, so especially Sydney and Summer. Sydney and Summer will be 18. You know how the school year go from August to December, and then so my kids are Sydney and Summer will be before even the second part of the school year. They'll be 18, which is, I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
What Carmine?
He'll be 17.
He'll be 17 when he graduates. Okay.
Yeah, when he graduate.
But Pudgy will be like Sydney and Summer. And then Terrell, and then Josh should be like Terrell turned 18 as well.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And we were all of us were 17 when we graduated. Me, you, yeah.
Because each child is different.
Yeah.
And their personality, their natural character, all of that is each child is different. So I think handling them accordingly to what they're showing you, what they're displaying, matters. Because if I got two kids and one is really the responsible one, and the other one's just like, I don't care, I ain't doing, that, I'm not going to give you the same privileges as this one has because you haven't earned it. Now that I know you're capable of doing it. So in a typical scenario with a child is responsible, it'd have to be some real whatever about the other person that they're dating that I really feel comfortable with for my child to go pick up or like just go on a date by themselves with that at 16. Now at 16, I thought I was, you know, you feel like you like, I'm old enough, I don't need no supervision, I'm da-da-da. You feel like you grown almost at 16, like, I don't need all that extra stuff. And
Okay, so, because I'm a Gemini, right? A part of me feels like group dating would be the best option, meaning, you know, group of people going to the mall, going to the movies, stuff like that. But in all,
don't really mean nothing like that.
I ain't got that first. But all in all, that don't mean nothing. That could be a stunt. Right, we'll stunt like, oh yeah, Cheyenne was over here and Jessica was over there, and they be in New Mexico somewhere living their best life. So a part of me, knowing how things could be, you know, I would say more in a negative aspect, the group option would be the best option. But when there is a group option, normally it is somebody snitches and it all comes crumbling down, right? But thinking that in 2 years that child will go off to college and then have all the freedom in the world,
right?
I don't want that child to kind of go off and have college and then have this freedom and not really know what to, you know, they don't experience any freedom, any,
right,
you know, kind of taking care of things on their own or doing things on their own. So I wouldn't have no choice but to allow all three options, you know,
right,
going out on a date. Now, you know, if they have their driver's license, then yeah, you could, you know, go pick up, if I trust your driving or whatever, you go pick up that person, y'all gonna be where y'all say y'all gonna be, you drop them off at a certain time and then you come back home. Or if you don't have a driver's license, then, you know, obviously I would pick y'all up, drop y'all off, be back to pick y'all up at a certain time, right? And then the next one would be at home, yes. Movie night, you know, we're gonna eat dinner one night, you know, maybe we're going out to dinner as a family, maybe we doing some shopping in the mall as a family, whatever.
You know, to me, just the most important thing is just keeping the lines of communication open. And the best way, in my opinion, is to be transparent with your children and let them know just the consequences of certain actions. Because kids are sneaky.
I think it is. I think it's a conversation when it comes to puberty in general. Because when it comes to puberty, outside of height and some muscles and some bigger extremities.
What is your take on it? Do you think it's wrong? Do you think it's something that people should abstain for? Like parents say for sex?
This is what I think. I think when it comes to anything that deals with puberty, ultimately you don't want to fulfill your needs, where then when you do become an adult and you do get married and you have a spouse, a lot of times when you are fulfilling your own needs and then now it's time to allow the spouse to do that, when you know y'all do that together, they struggle with that because of how early they begin to, you know, perform the act on themselves. And so that's where, I guess that's where my mind goes with it. Like, you know, it may feel great, or it probably does feel great, you know. It helps you get stress off, relief of life off and all that. But in the long run, it hurts you in the long run. It's kind of like eating McDonald's from newborn to every day. Every time you're hungry, you eat McDonald's. You know, it may not hurt you from 1 to 17 because you got a fast metabolism. But as you become an adult, your metabolism starts to slow down, and it clearly shows you be eating McDonald's every day of your life for every meal. And so in the long run, and I use that as an example. In the long run, it doesn't help you. It doesn't help your relationship with your spouse. You know, it doesn't help that. And so you don't want to give yourself an instant, you know, satisfaction when you need to be with that spouse for the next 60 plus years. And so that's the conversation I take on it. You know what I'm saying? Know about Kirk Franklin's situation, you know, he was doing it for years and almost ruined his marriage because now it's...
You said who?
Kirk Franklin.
Right, yeah.
And almost ruined his marriage, and that's not what I want for any one of my children.
I really want my children to be responsible for their actions and accountable and self-aware. But as it relates to this particular topic, I definitely think that it's something that should be resisted as much as possible. Because typically what's associated with that is pornography. And that's a whole nother tunnel in and of itself.
Yeah. If y'all have not been before, please like this video, give it a thumbs up. I want you to comment, share. Y'all know, tell y'all mamas and y'all aunties because they'll love me too. Okay. And make sure y'all click the bell to be notified regarding me dropping the videos. And y'all be sweet.